Howdy, y'all. Clockwork Fireman here. Welcome back to the Conelanders Assetto Corsa Racing League. This is week number 3 of season number 3, and once again, we didn't make it into the A main, so this is the B main feature event race. And yes, you're not seeing things. I qualified on the pole, number 1 out of 8. So let's take a look at that qualifying lap, shall we? All right, so here we come off the final turn. Aces loses it yet again. Theme of the weekend. Coming off the final turn of one of my laps. Not my out lap. This is actually my first real lap. And I will once again say that I really enjoyed racing at this course. Now, you can see there a 2:15.4, which is the fastest lap so far put down in qualifying by me, yours truly. But that's not what I qualified with. This lap is even faster. Even faster. So let's take a look at it. And as we're going around, I'll go ahead and mention a couple things that I forgot to mention in yesterday's episode, which was the heat race. Couple of changes that I made, which I'm sure you noticed yesterday if you watched my video. My view, my perspective has changed. I have moved my view forward a little bit. You can no longer see the steering wheel. I made several changes before this weekend. A lot of quality of life changes, let's say. I had to change the because everything was very bright. I had a hard time seeing the road. Not really seeing the road, but it was very bright. So I turned down the brightness on my monitor. I turned down the brightness in the game a little bit, and I moved my view forward. It makes it a little bit easier for me to see the where the turn actually starts. I think I was having a lot of trouble with that in previous races. Because I tried to set it up to where it looked like it was fairly realistic, but it's a video game. It's not going to look realistic. Let's get where you can actually see what you're doing. And so far this weekend, I have to say that it helped me out tremendously. I mean, I had a wonderful couple of qualifying lap in the heat race, but
You see the Taco Bell's
again,
coming
if
out
you
with the
saw that
Cheetos
yesterday, then you know what happened. And if you're watching this today, you know that I am in the B main race, so I didn't qualify for the A main. If you didn't see yesterday's race, go watch it. It's worth a watch. So here we go, almost a half a second up on our fastest lap so far. Let's see where it ends up. It ends up with a 2:14.972. Thank you, Mr. Ali. Thank you very much. Now, here we are. We're lining up, getting ready to start, and I'll go ahead and say, as we're waiting here, that I ran one more lap, and it was even faster. But I screwed it up on the last turn, and I ended up being a little bit slower. So we're going a little stir crazy on the start here because they set it up 4 minutes between the end of qualifying to the start of the race. So we're all a little bit stir crazy waiting for the race to start, but it's getting ready to start.
When will we get there?
I'm dealing with my pick and fig, hoping that it's going to work this time.
Are we there? Maybe turn this car around and make y'all start from the pits.
Start from the pits.
How many people actually updated the skins?
Nope, I did not. So the
I did.
pick and fig.
Skin kind of looks similar.
It didn't work last week.
Well,
I ran out of gas the first week. Pick and fig didn't work last week. I'm hoping that it's going to work this week. My plan is to run the fuel until the light comes on, and then just fill it up fill it up, and then take off again. So here we go. The lights are up. Ali Parsley qualified second, so he's on our left over there. And it's 2-5 behind us. And here we go. Get a good start. Get a good run. Try to beat everybody into that first turn. This is the first time I've ever qualified on the pole. And, as I'm sure you all are aware. And I have to say, and there's Ali right there behind us. I got a little bit better start, so I was able to hop over in front of him. Me and Ali, we did a lot of practicing together. So I know that Ollie is pretty quick. I know where he's fast. So I know that if I can stay in front of him these first couple of laps, that I'll stay in front of him the whole race. However, my tires are cold.
How close you got to
My tires are a little bit cold.
Oh, no, I saw it.
Causes me to go a little crazy. Come on, tires, warm up. I tell him to warm up a little bit because Ollie is putting some pressure on me. Now, Ollie, the whole time during practice, Ollie was a little bit faster than me in the middle section of the track. I was a little bit faster than Ollie in the first part of the track and the last part of the track, but Ollie was a little bit faster here in the middle. So I knew that if I could stay in front of him
how nervous your ping is making
down
me.
through the middle, that I could hopefully pull away from him towards the end and at the beginning. See, there he is catching up to me again. My tires are still a little cold, warming up a little bit on the left side, but you know, he's gaining. He's putting pressure on.
If it's any consolation, it's making me just as nervous.
Viperian having a little trouble in the back there with his ping. So here's one of the sections where I feel like I was a little bit better than Ollie, getting a run off of that turn and making it through these, and the final turn especially, I had figured out pretty well. So I felt like if I could beat him through the middle, then I would be okay. Of course, I royally screwed the final turn up, and here he comes.
Not the plan.
Nope. Lescue's having some trouble in the back. Now Ollie's got my draft. It's about a half a second behind, and you start picking up the draft. So I stay on the right side of the track because I want the inside of the next turn. I want the inside.
Somebody pull y'all over for DUI.
Ollie goes to the left.
Shit, Ollie.
I was a little worried about it because we were side by side going into this turn. So I made sure I stayed down. Ollie went wide, and I was able to maintain the position.
A little deep there, Jims.
And again, this is where I felt like I was a little bit better than Ollie. I was a little bit more consistent with my turns through those two chicanes there, or that first chicane and this chicane here. I don't know if it's considered a chicane or not. I don't know, but I was able to maintain those turns a little bit more consistently than Ollie was. So as you can see there, I pulled a little bit of a gap on him, turned it a little bit early there, and here he comes through his strong section of the track. And this is all flat out in fourth gear. I got a little bit too much curve, pushed out a little bit. Pushed out a little bit again, had to lift just for half a second. And here comes Mr. Ollie Parsley yet again. Now we're getting to my section of the track, and I'm hoping, okay, just don't let him, don't let him in. Don't do the same thing that you let Mr. Tommy's do. Get a good run off of this turn. Go through the fast chicane, and there we go. We pulled the gap yet again up to 0.7, and again the draft is about a half a second, 0.5. If you're within a half a second, you can usually catch the draft a little bit and use it to catch up. If you're more than that, draft's not going to help you a whole lot. There we are, almost a second ahead now. 2 laps in, starting the third lap.
I don't
Still
know how
in first
close
place.
you can get to somebody without hitting them, but I'm pretty sure I got there.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous.
That's Rebel in 2.5 fighting
You
in
guys
the
just
back.
keep fighting back there, okay?
Viperian encouraging them.
And I'm having a hard enough time just following somebody.
Here we go. I felt like I was pretty strong in this section of the track. Obviously not as strong as most of the guys in the A main, but pretty strong. I felt pretty strong, pretty confident
There
through
I
all
go.
this. Again on my own.
Dang it, not Rebel. Mock.
So I sacrificed a little bit of time to make a joke there. it was worth it. Totally worth it. And, Ollie got a little squirrely there. Now, free and clear. Free and clear. I at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I got almost 2 seconds on Ollie. 10-lap race. As long as I don't screw up big time and spin out, I should be okay. I'll be able to stay ahead of him. That's 2.5 behind him. He hasn't caught up at all. So I feel pretty confident in my ability to lead this wire to wire and win this race. However, it's a 10-lap race. It's going to require a pit stop because the fuel only lasts 7,
You're probably safer
8
behind
laps,
me.
I think. So I have to think about tires. Am I going to take tires? And I thought about it and immediately rejected the idea of taking tires because it's 20 seconds to change tires in this game now. Before, it was a lot faster than that. It was, you could change tires
probably okay.
in about the same amount of time that you could fuel up the car. So it was worth it. But now that since the update, totally not worth it. So it's I'm not changing tires. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. And since I've decided that I'm not going to do it, I have to save my tires. I have to try not to abuse them. And that squealing right there, that's abusing the tires. I don't want to do that. So I'm okay sacrificing a little bit of time per lap in order to save my tires because I want them to last. I want those guys behind me to burn up their tires to try to get to me. And all the while I'm saving my tires, trying to save my tires and have something left for them at the end of the race. So these lap times are not going to be anywhere near as fast as my qualifying times because I'm saving my tires. It's a good strategy. I think that it's a wonderful strategy because, again, even though I'm I'm letting off a little bit early, I'm not getting on the brakes near as hard as I was, in qualifying or in the heat race where we didn't have to worry about tires. I'm still pulling a little bit of a gap, and something happened to Ollie. I don't know exactly what happened to Ollie there. We'll have to make sure we go check out his perspective. But Ollie is no longer behind us. Sorry, Ollie. Bye. I'll see you next weekend. Bye. But yeah, apparently Ollie had a little bit of trouble, and I don't know. I don't know what happened. He was back there. I came around a curve, and he wasn't back there anymore. He's now back in 4th position. Now I got 2.5. Numbers. Got numbers to contend with behind me. Numbers is fast. 2.5 has always been fast. It doesn't matter what he's racing. He's fast.
Didn't want to die.
Any
harder than I did anyways.
The only thing that is protecting me in my lead is the fact that I have 5 kilograms of ballast. Count them, 5.
Oh,
that's it. 2.5 I think is still working on 35 or 40. I don't remember. I don't remember. He's still got a bunch of ballast because he's always been doing like he's supposed to. I mean, he's been not winning races, but he's been he's been contending in races and not being last in the last 6 laps or last 6 positions. He's at 35 kilos of ballast. Rebel Cowboy's at 45. Everybody else, including myself, is at 10 or less. So that is the only reason I think that 2.5 isn't careful. That's the only reason that 2.5 isn't catching up with me, even though I'm not, abusing my tires, is because he's got 30 more kilos of ballast than I do. I'm okay with that. I am quite okay with it because I want to win. I felt so good about this track that I wanted so badly to win this race. Since I'm in this race, I want to win it. You know, when I was in the heat race, I wanted to make it to the A main. I didn't make it to the A main. I want to win this race. I feel like I'm the fastest car out here, and it proof's in the pudding. You know, I qualified on the pole, and not only did I qualify on the pole, it was 2 consecutive fastest laps. So I feel like I'm faster than everybody out here right now. And again, mainly due to the ballast, but yeah, that's how the rules are set up, just for this such a occurrence. So I want to be able to prove that I can win. So that's what I'm trying.
So how's it going up there, Mock?
Doing all right, thanks. How are you?
I don't know. You feel lonely?
It is lonely at the top, but I'm okay with it.
Lock one shark.
Well, you know, if you want some company, all you have to do is just slow down a little bit.
Okay. I will keep it in mind.
I'm gonna slow down around about 15.6 seconds-ish.
Wrong time to push the talk. Yeah. Definitely wrong time to push the talk. Don't ever push the talk going into a curve
can you
coming
slow
off
down
of a straightaway.
15.6 seconds a lap?
I lost over a second because of that stupid mistake of trying to talk to 2.5. 2.5, it's all your fault. You had to talk to me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, 2.5. Jokes. But yeah, it's...
Ginger's like, okay, is the tire on correct? Okay, I think it is. All right.
This jumps in the pits apparently changed the tires. So yeah, I lost a second there, but I'm still, 3 seconds up on 2.5 and still trying to take it easy on the tires. We're what's that, 5.5, almost 6 laps in, and they're just now starting to get yellow. More than halfway through the race, I feel like I'm doing pretty good with the tire conservation. I'm hoping that 25 is, like I said, using his tires up, trying to get to me, but 25 is smart. He's a smart racer. He does a lot of sim racing. He knows that he doesn't want to waste his tires at the beginning either, because I'm pretty sure that he's not going to be taking tires, because taking tires is a fool's gambit if you want to win the race. That's just my opinion. There's no way you can take tires unless everybody in the field takes tires. If one person doesn't take tires, especially a person at the top, there's no way you can make up that amount of time in as short as these races are, because it's 20 seconds to change tires in a 10-lap race. There's no way that you can change tires and win the race if somebody else doesn't change tires. Now here we are, we're coming up on some lap traffic. First time ever I've had to deal with lap traffic, as the leader, because I've never been in the lead. Coming up behind you, Aces. But yeah, it's Aces California up there. He struggled. He struggled with this track. He's been struggling with the game in general. Yeah, it is a nice change. So I don't know what kind of experience Aces has, and I hadn't really talked to him about it. But Aces, if you watch this video, there is a protocol. If you are lap traffic and the leader comes up behind you, the thing to do is to slow down and pull over and let them go by. That's how it works. You don't run yourself off the road. You give up the racing line and let them go by. Aces, he doesn't do that. He continues to race his line, which, it's okay until right here. And there goes 2.5. Now in the race, I didn't hear Aces say anything to me. He just apologized. He said, if I caused that, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that in the race because I had his volume turned down. I didn't realize that he was turned down.
So killing myself to pass you would be a bad idea.
So I'm a little
probably.
irritated that I come around
would
this corner and
recommend it,
I see again Aces off the road, and apparently he collected 2.5. So I have to make sure we check out 2.5's perspective and see what happened there. But yeah, he took out both of his leaders. he took us both out more or less.
So the good news is, Mock, it's still a race.
I see that. That was 2-5. Yes, it is still a race. Not the kind of race that I wanted. I don't want to have to chase down 2-5. I don't. I want it to be in front of him. Now, my fuel light just came on. And if you remember from the first weekend, I have PTSD when it comes to that fuel light. So I need to pit. But I'm like, I'm not pitting unless 2-5 is pitting. He didn't pit. Well, crap! I got to stay with him. I got to stay with him. So I'm right behind him. I'm in the draft, close enough theoretically to catch the draft. Don't really catch much of a draft, but I'm looking up at that fuel light. I'm looking over my fuel gauge, and I'm going, man, I hope he knows what he's doing. Oh God, because we both fueled up the tank at the beginning, and I know he hasn't pit yet, so. I'm trying to stay close to him. I know that if I can stay close to him, I'll have a chance. We got 3 laps to go. We're going to be pitting at the end of this lap.
What'd I do?
And we'll only have
You undercut me.
a lap and a half, or 2 laps, really. And that's not counting the people that have already pit. They're going to be catching up to us when we get in the
we're
pits.
in the pit?
Because
Yeah,
Rebel
it just came out.
Rebel, who just pit, and Ollie, who is already pit. No, I'm sorry. Ollie, who just pit, and Rebel, who's already pit, are 20 seconds behind us, give or take. Hey, careful. And I'm like, oh God, this is gonna be close. This is gonna be very close. And again, no tires. There's no way I could be taking tires. I'm looking over my fuel gauge, and I'm going, if I run out of fuel, I'm just gonna quit, and I'm never playing this game again. That thought actually went through my mind. I don't remember exactly when, but that thought did go through my mind, because look at my fuel light. It's orange. My fuel, there's just a little tiny sliver. I'm very, very not happy about that. And again, now I'm at the point where I have to use what's left of my tires. I have to use those up to try to catch 25. I know that I'm faster than 25 because I have been the whole race. But catching and passing are going to be 2 totally different things, especially on this track. I know I'm 98% positive that I can catch him. I'm not 100% positive that I can catch him or pass him. So here we are going into the pits. First time I've negotiated the pits on this particular track. So okay, yep. Get in there about as fast as you can get in there, and I got one little sliver. Pick and fig, please work. And I'm like, again, pick and fig, please work, pick and fig. I really need you to work right now. Nope. It didn't work. So I got to find my mouse, and I didn't have time to adjust the amount of fuel, and I see 25 taking off. I'm like, son of a gun. I put way too much fuel in it, 40 freaking liters, only needed like 5. Pick and fig didn't work again. Tell everybody pick and fig didn't work.
No.
Yeah.
Dang, you're doing so good.
So there went Rebel, there went 2-5, and there goes Ollie Parsley. 2 laps to go.
At least this time was in the B main.
Down to 4th position. Started in 1st, down to 4th. Dadgummit. Well, at least we get to go race with Ollie again. 25 is gone. He's 13 seconds ahead. Rebel's 10 seconds ahead. And then Ollie, of course, right there is 3 seconds ahead. So I got to try to catch Ollie if I want to get to a podium. I mean, I'm not even on a podium anymore. I'm going from fastest lap, fastest lap of the race, fastest lap of the of qualifying, and I'm going to end up in 4th if I don't catch Ollie. And I got a lap and a half to do it in on old tires. And there's Aces again, and he decided to give up. Again, he had a rough weekend. And Aces, if you watch this, if you see there's a blue flag. If you don't know, talk to Shadow Wolf. about the blue flag. Shadow Wolf understands what the blue flag is. If you don't quite understand how it works, talk to Shadow Wolf. He got it figured out. And, yeah. Get out of the way next time. Please and thank you.
What did he say? I couldn't hear him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Nothing.
know. I had him turned down. I was a little irritated. I will fully admit that I was more than just a little irritated. I was very, very irritated at this point because I was winning, and through no real fault of my own
No, Les, no.
And I went wide here. There goes my chances of catching Ollie.
This whole chasing you down thing isn't working out so well.
But I was irritated, and
No. There's still another.
I was
There's still a lot of
leading,
time for me to
and
make a mistake.
I don't.
I'm hoping.
I was
slowing down
thinking
instead.
through no fault of my own. Now I'm in 4th position, so I was a little irritated. I was a little miffed, but it's racing.
Here's an idea. If you're in the
that's how
top
it
4, you
works.
have to stop.
No, that's not what we're gonna do.
I can't
I don't
count.
like that.
Good
That's
old
actually
Rebel.
the best excuse.
So here we go, our final
So top
lap,
4
trying to
being
chase
1 through
down Ollie
4 or
Parsley.
7 through 3.
I've been making up a little bit of time
Top
on
4
him.
in a race.
Not near enough. Again,
So 7 through
I'm
3.
a little irritated,
Since
so
they
I'm
have the highest
pushing, and this is not the track where you want to try and
Yeah.
push. I found that out in the heat race. Who was that? And yeah, trying to push on half-gone tires, which everybody at this point, except for Jumps, has got half-gone tires. I think he was the only one who actually
I've
took
already stopped
tires.
at least 3 times, so I've got you all covered.
Well, I don't know about Les Cubes. He may have. I don't know. Yeah, careful. But yeah, these tires are not happy at all. Not happy at all. But the good news is they're not happy at all for everybody. And so it puts us all on even playing field, and it's basically just driver versus driver at this point.
Come on, draft distance. Come on.
Rebel tried to get that draft on 2.5, and he's nowhere close. Oh, Ollie, careful! I had to check up a little bit so I didn't run into the back of him. But he was still able to maintain his position.
Close,
Well
I can
done,
smell
Ollie.
it.
That was a good save.
You wouldn't want to smell it.
No. Especially not after this weekend.
Probably not.
Nope.
Depends who dealt it.
So here we go. Coming up to the final turn.
So you want to got a fireman behind me on the road, I normally have to let him go.
Well, I don't have my lights on, so you're all right. Oh, Ollie, that was such a good joke. Hit the wrong button. I'm looking for my light switch, and I couldn't remember where I put it. There it is.
Good ratio.
I'll let you through just after the finish line. Is that okay? There you go.
All right, so there you go. Finished in 4th position, behind Ollie Parsley, Good race,
everybody.
behind Rebel Cowboy, behind 2.5.
I
Good
spun
job,
out.
2.5.
I did not spin out during any of the races.
Good
this weekend.
job.
I'm
All right,
glad.
so let us
That's
take a
good.
look at the final
I
results
did have a couple offs,
of
but
the
whatever.
race. I spun out in every race this weekend. Yes, I did. So here we go again. 2.5, Rebel Cowboy, Ollie Parsley. There I am in 4th position. Jumps JMSF 32 coming in 5th. Les Cubes in 6th. Viperian 7th, and Aces California. He retired in 8th position. Everybody, let's see. Ollie went down a spot. I went down 3 spots. Viperian, again, he was having some trouble with this course as well. Viperian, just hanging there, man. It gets, I'm not going to say it gets easier, but the more you practice, the better you'll become and the less you'll spend. Trust me. Just trust me. Just hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. I don't know exactly what happened with 2.5. I don't know how he ended up in the B main. This is the first time I've ever seen him not make the A main. So we got to make sure we go check out his heat race and see what happened with him. Same thing with Rebel and Les Cubes. They're usually up there pretty good. So make sure you go check out their perspectives from the heat races and for this. And let's see. there's the points over there. Again, the good thing about there only being 8 of us is all of us get points, because that's what the whole thing is about, is points. Go figure. So, having said that, let's take a look at the point standings as they stand right now. Here we are. Here's the point standings for the end of week number 3. Sharky, Maestro, Cone Dodger, Servatus, Gym Knight, and Piker. Look at those 3 guys. I'm sorry, 3 guys? No, those 6 guys are separated by 14 points. 14 points separate the top 6 drivers. Holy crap. Sharky, Maestro, Cone Dodger separated by 1 point. What a battle. What a battle it is at the top of the leaderboards. Holy crap. That is some great racing by those guys up there at the top. And of course, Piker and Mr. Tommy's being the top rookies, followed by Magnet, Smart Pipe, Racer, Carl PC, Ali Parsley, and Kurt J. Mack. Kurt J. Mack joined us this weekend. Of course, he was in the other heat, and I didn't make the A main, so I didn't get to race with Kurt. Hopefully he'll show up in one of these other races, and I'll actually get to race with him. But if you just look way on down the list, just keep on going way on down, all the way down into 28th position, 28th place. That's where I am right now. Awful. Just awful. I mean, holy crap. Holy crap. It is, I don't even know what to say about these past 2 weeks. I got the same amount of points over the last 2 weeks that I did, or each of the last 2 races, I've got the same amount of points. And it's not very many. Not very many at all. I got a total of 37 points. That is ridiculous. Almost 100 points. Almost 100 points behind Sharky. Ah, God. Awful. The good news is 37 points. I'm only 10 or less points away from top 20. So, it's all it takes is for me to start having better weekends, start having a little bit of better luck, and not being such an idiot. So that's going to be it. That's going to be the end of this episode. As always, I appreciate y'all for watching. Next week, we're going to be at the Nürburgring, the Sprint GP, one of the Sprint Nürburgring tracks, however you say it. I don't know. I'm American. I don't know how to say them words. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping to have a better weekend next weekend, but as far as practice is going so far, probably not. It looks like it might be another B main next week, but you'll have to tune in then to find out. That's going to be the end of this episode. As always, I appreciate y'all for watching. Wait. Stop that outro right there. I almost forgot to talk about the most important thing about this race, and that is the money that we're going to be donating to Child's Play. So, when I decided to do all of the all my goals and my stretch goals and all that stuff about how much money I'm going to be donating, I had no idea that I would ever win the poll on anything. So I didn't add that in. However, having won the poll this weekend, we're gonna have a new goal, a new donation amount, I suppose. If I win a poll in a heat race, $5. If I win a poll in a B main, $10. And of course, if I get a poll in an A main, which you have to win a heat race to do that. Never going to happen. But if for some reason I'm ever on a poll in an A main, it's another $20. $20. Not going to happen. So for this week in the B main of the Mugello track circuit, whatever, we started off with $74. You saw it all through the race there, $74. And then since we got the poll, there's $10 added on top of that. And my latest starting and finishing position calculations. There's 8 of us in the race. I started in first, so 8 minus 1 is 7. Lost 3 positions, so that's $1 per position. So for that total is another $10. So we started off with 74, adding 20. I'm going to be carrying over $94. $94 into next weekend's race. Yay. Child's Play's going to love me. I'm telling you, they're going to love me. So, okay, now back to our previously recorded outro. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below. If you have any tips, tricks, pointers, hints how to not suck so bad, also feel free to put those in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and I will see y'all next weekend.